So, all right. Well, I am here with my friend Karen and her husband, Manny Olivo, right? Am I saying that
Yeah.
correct? Okay,
Yeah.
good. And I'm so excited to talk to you guys because well, obviously I've been friends with Karen for a while, but I think what's cool about you two is that you support each other. And I know some couples do, but it's funny because I've interviewed a number of people kind of recently, and they're like their spouses or significant others aren't runners, and so I'm just like, ooh, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I think it's kind of cool when you've got somebody who gets it, I
Yeah.
guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So Karen, how long have you been running?
Um, let's see. I'm 52 now, so probably mid 40s.
Okay,
I started doing, the local 5Ks here,
of
and
course.
met up with some like-minded friends, and we started doing, just a bunch of 5K, 10Ks.
Yeah.
Um, and I did a few trails. And then I had met Manny in 2017, and my longest distance at that time was a half marathon.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we met and started running, and he kind of said to me, the
You
number,
want to
it's
get married? No.
no, no, it was a while for that. But no, he basically instilled in me that, if you want to go longer distances, you got to think of it as it's just a number. So,
Mm-hmm.
and that has stuck with me even to this day, because, now I'm gonna be on my third 100K, and I'm like thinking to myself, there's no way I'd ever do something like this. But if you have that mindset of, what, it's just a number, your body can do anything if you just set your mind to it and realize that it's just a number. So since I met him, he did my first with me, he did my first marathon, which was in trail. Where were we at?
Flat Rock Ranch.
Flat Rock Ranch. It was my
Yeah.
first
Oh
marathon.
yeah.
It was on a
Okay.
trail, and he kind of, ran that with me, and it kind of showed, you're right. It's just a number. It's great. So
Yeah, no, that's cool. So, and Manny, what about you? How long have you always been a runner
Yeah,
or?
I've always been a runner since I was in high school, cross
Mhm.
country track. And we've been watching actually last night the whole
NCAA.
NCAA track and field championships there in UT. And I was
Yeah,
talking about how like I could have been a steeplechase runner right out of high
could
school.
have been.
Yeah, it was getting recruited, but I just didn't have the grades. And then, just life happens, and then you just do little local 5K runs here and there. And then I think, early 40s, I started doing the ultra running and running before I met Karen.
Mm. And
Yeah,
how old are
so
you now?
51.
Okay, so and Karen, you're 52, you said?
Right.
Yeah.
No, wait.
The slightly older woman.
9 months. Just by
Yeah,
nine
I was gonna
months.
say you guys just celebrated birthdays. I remember
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
well.
yeah.
And I got 10 years on both of you, so don't worry.
And you look amazing, by the way.
Oh, God love
You
you. I
do. You
appreciate
do.
that. Yeah. Woo! So, um, all right. So obviously we don't start out in this journey like aspiring to ultras because, if you're doing 5 and 10K, you're like, it doesn't like, I mean, generally with most people I talk to, it doesn't go from, there
Oh,
to,
no.
50K. So how did that all come about?
Yeah, how did you, because when I met you, you had just done your first 100 miler.
Yeah,
Oh my God, when was that?
that was
2000, well, you did at the end of
yeah,
2016, and then I met him in the beginning of 2017.
Okay. And where was that?
that was Brazos Bend. Brazos Bend was my first 100 miler.
Good choice, except that it's soul crushing. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think I might have done a 15 miler that year. Yeah. Either that or I paced somebody. Was that the year that it was like super cold and like wet?
Yeah, it was one of those.
I don't know.
It's always that weather there is so unpredictable. There,
It's like rocky. I know, I get it.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Um,
yeah. I mean, and I've been out there enough times. Just yeah, I've paced a couple of people out there, so yeah, I know, but that's pretty amazing. So how was your finishing time at Brazos?
that was a 28 hour finish as my
That's
first.
good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I felt like I was in shape at that time
Yeah.
and tried to get that first 100 behind me. Because a lot of people had recommended that would be a great first 100, and I
I
felt
think
that,
so too.
yeah, it was something I could achieve because I had done 100K earlier that year out at
Right.
Habanero. Um, and
Are you a masochist?
yeah.
We'll get to that. Yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
I'm like, oh my God. Ugh.
You know, the itch was there after that 100K. It just felt like, okay, well, I need the next level, which was the 100 miler.
The gateway drug. Yes, I
Yeah.
know.
So, yeah, that was, you know, after putting that behind me, I was like, okay, what's next? So that's where we had kind of said together, because our next run after that was 100K, and when you did we went to San Angelo's crazy desert.
Crazy desert.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And that was
And
my
that was like
first.
2016 or 17.
2017.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. And what kind of a race is that? Tell me about that. I've heard of it, but I just don't know what it is.
It's an actually fun
It's
trail
nice.
run.
It's a trail run.
It's around San Angelo State Park, is that right?
Yeah.
Something like that. And it's a really desertish cactus, just almost similar to what Bandera is, but with no elevation. It's like a little light elevation, but rocky, sandy, like little hilly, but nothing.
And we've been out there a few times.
Yeah, nothing
Yeah.
really.
But it's not that. It's not like Lucky Peak or
No,
Three
no,
Sisters or any of that.
no,
Okay,
no, nothing like that. It's really,
that's
I
good to
felt
know.
like a crazy little desert.
We
really.
like it. I
Yeah.
mean, actually, we've had it when we went when Trot had it, and we plan on going back out there because it is nice.
I've done
That sounds like my kind of thing. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I can't do that Bandera stuff. I mean, I've done 50Ks out there, but it's like,
Oh, I just did
Yeah.
that, and that was horrendous. I mean, for me, that was tough.
oh
That
yeah.
was-
Well, and it's like, yeah, my first 50K out there at Bandera was my second 50K. And it was like the mud fest. I think it was like 2015 or 2016. And it was just like I learned all about different kinds of mud there. You know, it was like in the 30s, we were looking at the weather forecast that morning, and it was like all this ice and crap, and it was like hanging off the cacti, and water bottles had frozen, you know, for at aid
Yeah.
stations, and you're just like, okay, this is going to be interesting. You know? So I think I cried between mile 7 and 8. Yeah. So it
Yeah.
was,
I remember that year because they had to put water bottles in cars and turn their heaters on to get the water warm.
yes.
Because I'd gone to an aid station and my bladder had frozen, and I
Ugh.
was trying to get water and nothing was working. So we went out on that first aid station with hardly any water.
Ugh.
Yeah, I
It's
remember that
hard.
year. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, Bandera is sort of like a crapshoot because it's like some years I've been out there because I've been doing that race probably since about 2013, 2014, you know, off and on, different distances. But yeah, and now I've been volunteering because I'm just like, okay, I think I've had enough of this. But
I think
you
we
know.
look at Bandera as the gateway of the year. Honestly, how your year is going to look by, you know, putting that behind you, because it's a tough course, and
Yeah.
it's a great training run for the remainder of the year, because she had done the 50K and then the 100K at Rocky. And
I feel like it. Yeah, I think it prepared me doing the 50K at Bandera. He told me this: if you do the 50K at Bandera, it's going to prepare you for the 100K at Rocky.
That's amazing. I didn't know you'd done that. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
and it actually did. I mean, I did Rocky in 21 hours and
Solo.
by myself.
Yeah.
We did it on our own. We had no crew, no pacers, no anything. And I
Wow.
really think that Bandera did help us to prepare.
Yeah, well, yeah, because you know, I mean, Rocky is not
Gotta be easier. It's easier.
it's not easier, but it's different, you know. I guess
Different.
it's
It's
really,
different.
yeah, because
Yeah.
I mean, I've done the Rocky 50K and you know whatnot, you know, and it's like, you know, because people are like, oh, it's flat, and it's like, no, it's not.
No, it's not. Not as
There's
flat as
some
you
good
think.
hills, you know.
Right.
Oh my God. Yeah, I remember the second last time I had done the 50K out there, there was like this guy, I forget where I was, but I was at some point in the course, and I heard this guy falling behind me, you know, and I was like, oh, shoot, okay, we're gonna help you up. And then like 2 minutes later, I hear this, and then it was like, okay. And he did it a third time, and I'm like,
Guy.
dude, that was crazy. You know, but the last time I did that one, I'm sorry, I'm talking about myself, but anyway,
You're
yeah,
fine, you're fine.
last time I did that one was on my 61st birthday, which was last year. Yeah, and I walked the second loop, but yeah, but the first loop, oh my God, I like got to this one point, of course it's very sandy and whatnot. And I slid like, I know this is probably a reference that's gonna be lost on you, but like Pete Rose, okay, I'm from Cincinnati, and so he was this legendary baseball player from Cincinnati, would like
yeah.
slide into home plate, and that's basically what I did, but I jammed my finger. It was-
But
Yeah.
we love that park. I mean,
Yeah.
we love Huntsville State Park.
I
It's
do
we
too.
love it. We
Yeah.
bring our camper out there,
Yeah.
and that's it's great. It's like a little vacation when we go out there.
It is. It's just so beautiful. It's so, I don't know, it's just so diverse. And I think
Yeah.
that's what I love about it. But
Yeah.
anyway, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sorry. I'll sit and talk about myself a lot. If you've listened to my podcast at all, you get it. Anyway, so what came after all of this, then after Rocky and whatnot?
Well, we actually were trying to support each other with runs that we kind of wanted to highlight in our, I guess, like our bucket list runs.
Yeah,
we have bucket list runs.
Yeah.
She has some, I have some, so we're just trying to check those off.
And so what are those that you can share with me?
Well, I think one that we've already done, which I, even as a crew person, I'm like, check off to me, because he did the Denali 135 in Alaska, and I solo crewed him on a point to point. And
Where was that? I mean, when was that? I'm sorry.
Hold on, I got my dogs wrapped around.
I'm sorry. The journalist in me is like, when was this?
When was
it June of 2020?
Yeah, it was June of 2020, which is summer solstice.
Yeah.
So it was.
And that must have been hard, because that was like right in the thick of the pandemic.
Yeah, it was. We
Yeah.
had actually talked to the race director at that time, and he said, we're in Alaska. There's nothing really going on out here.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to come, and we're going to have a big group of runners come anyways. And we just, it was 2020 or 2021.
I don't know.
2021. It'd probably be 2021 then, right?
Okay, I'll write it down as 2020.
Yeah.
Again, the journalist in me is making me
It's
write
hard
down these
to
notes.
remember what that was. It was,
One of those years.
2021.
No, it's fine. Yeah, during the pandemic times.
It
Yeah,
was.
I get it. Yeah, that was such a drag. I hated that because it was so mentally challenging. Everybody was like, ooh, you're like afraid to like do anything, or breathe on
Well,
each
that
other.
was the actual year we had gotten married, and it was
Yeah,
May
2020 or 2021.
2020, and we it was right in May, so right before our wedding, before we even sent out half of our invitations, they said you can only have up to 10 people at an event.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when they said that at a gathering? So we ended up having to just have immediate family. My family couldn't even come from Florida. And
Oh, you're from Florida.
well, not originally from Connecticut, but I lived in
That's what I
Florida.
say. I thought you were from the East Coast.
Yeah. So we ended up doing a Facebook Live wedding because of COVID.
Oh my God.
It was kind of crazy.
And where in Florida is your family?
Right now they're in Miami, in Coral Gables.
Oh, I love that part.
So, and I went to, actually my senior year of high school was in Port Charlotte, which is south of Tampa.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I was in the military station at Eglin up in Fort Walton Beach.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, so I have a lot of Florida. Yeah, so they're still in Florida.
Yeah, I love Florida. I mean, I miss it. I mean, I miss some of it. I hated Fort Lauderdale. I recently went back, and it was like, okay, I'm reminded of why I really hated this and wanted to leave. But yeah, there's parts of Florida that are so amazing. And
well, he did the Daytona 100 this last year.
Really?
Yeah, it was December of 2022. Yeah,
2022.
Yeah.
Wow. So wow, that's crazy. So you guys were married in 2020. Was that May or April?
May.
Okay. Again, I take notes a lot just so I can, write an intelligent like description or whatever. Like an idiot. Not that I don't want to listen to this back again, but I sometimes this is better not to. And then when I put it all together, it's fine. I don't mind listening to it again. But anyway, so you two, how did you two? So you two met at a in 2017.
Right.
And how did you guys meet then? What was this at the trail marathon, or where was that?
Well, we belonged actually we used to both belong to RWB, and we met through Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Right. He said I stalked him, but I don't. I didn't.
So Manny, are you also ex-military?
No,
Okay. Okay.
military brat, but I always grew up here.
Hey, that's enough. Yeah, that's cool. No, I used to be I actually still have my team RWB shirt because we used to do those run as one events when I lived in the Rio Grande Valley. Yeah, so I get it. I get
Great organization. Yeah.
Yeah.
it really is. I mean, I've also talked to Liza Howard. Do you guys know her? Yeah, and she's got the band of runners. I guess
Yeah.
it's very similar, but yeah, I guess they kind of broke
Oh, okay.
paths.
We saw her at Cape Fear this last year at Badwater.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
She won it. Yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing. Yeah, I've
She is
interviewed
amazing.
her. Yeah, I've interviewed her a couple of times, and I just recently saw her a couple of weeks ago at the ice cream challenge put on by the Rock Hoppers. But anyway, yeah, I love her. Yeah, and she's doing the 100 miler, hoping to probably win that one at the Badger up in Wisconsin. Yeah. And I was supposed to do that race, like the half marathon, but yeah, my finances and training are not there. So I was just like, I'm going to defer this to next year. So I'll see you guys then.
We might be there one of these years. It's
Oh, good. We'll come next year. Yay.
you have it on one of our it's on our list because
yeah, I love Scott.
great. Yeah.
Yes. And I know Holly, I ran into her at Flying Pig, and then I also ran into her at there's a race like last year in the spring. It's called the Vernal Equinox, and it's in outside of Cincinnati, which is exactly where I grew up. I swear to God, we were passing my friends' houses on our way. I'm like, oh my God, this is where I grew up. It was so weird.
Yeah.
I know, and it was like an 8-hour race, and so I was just like, oh, this is so. Yeah, you get a horse stall or whatever to put all your crap in and everything. But anyway, I'm so sorry, God. Oh, shut up, Donna. Anyway, woo, enough. So so what other? I know you've done. You did Cape Fear. So what other Badwater-ish kind of races have you done, Manny?
Well,
Ironically.
yeah, it's salt. I did Salt and Sea.
Oh, right, yeah.
Badwater Salt and Sea. That was before COVID, 2019.
What's the one that you guys have to run together?
That's the one. Salt
Oh,
and Sea.
Salt and Sea. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. Okay. And that was before COVID, so that would have been like what, 2019?
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, because I remember Scott talking about that one. Yeah.
We took pictures together. Scott was out there.
Yeah.
Ollie, I think she was out. She might have been out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were out there. We stayed at the same hotel. And
Great.
it was pretty good to meet them. Yeah, they were out there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love the community. The people are always amazing. So and then you did Cape Fear, and
then a few times. And then in 3 weeks, we're leaving for Badwater 135.
Correct.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're a masochist.
Yeah.
So how are you training for that? I mean, I know Karen, you're crewing for this, right?
Yes.
Are you the only crew or
No, gosh, no. We have 2 others that are going to be crewing with us.
Yeah, so we have Joe and Meg Eckert. They're from
Oh yeah, I love them.
yeah,
I
so
need to get her on here. Yeah.
yeah, they're both amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
They're also a power, couple that kind of support each other within the ultra community, and we crossed paths with them at a lot of races when they were here in Texas. And so we had thought about them, and we wanted a couple, and we also wanted somebody that actually was probably going to apply for Badwater, because it's pretty imperative to I mean, it's really good to actually be a part of the Badwater family and support the races that they put on, and so we kind of thought that they would be a great fit to help crew us.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we're going to bring them along.
And we were both out there last year. I was part of the staff and he crewed a runner. So we got to kind of see how it all,
Got
was.
some experience. Yeah.
Helps a lot. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's really,
Awesome.
yeah, to be out there no matter what. And especially if you're going to apply for Badwater, it's probably good to help crew and
So,
see.
yeah, I was gonna say, so what is the process to get into a Badwater race? Is it just something where you just pay your money and go, or do you have to qualify for it?
No, I think Badwater,
some
Salt and
race-
Sea, Salt and Sea and Cape Fear you can actually go to. It's not one of those where you need to qualify. It's just you just go pay and go. And they're beautiful places.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wallhead Island is beautiful at Cape Fear, and then the Salt Sea is something else to see. It's like the Mars planet. It's really cool. And you have all the weather. You're hot, then you get into a trail mountainous area, which is only like 8 miles, and then you get into the cold, colder element up into the mountains. So you have all the weather elements, and it's tough. It's really tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he did a video on it, what the year that we ran it. So on our YouTube
Yeah, that's
channel.
right,
So
yeah.
it really shows the depth of the different elements of that
Yeah,
race.
send me a link to that so that way I can link to that in the show notes or whatever. So yeah, so people I would like to see it too. So
Yeah, he does a lot of the he captures a lot of the runs that we do on the YouTube channel. So it's good to see.
awesome. I did not know you guys had a YouTube channel.
Yes. Yeah, Texas Trail Duo.
So so that one's in what, beginning of July, right?
Yeah,
July 4th.
July
Yeah.
4th.
Yeah. Hey. And is that 2 days? How long?
It's
Sorry.
48 hours, 2 days.
40 That's what I
Yeah.
thought. Yeah.
Yeah. My wave starts at 8 p.m. on the 4th of July.
Okay.
But we have everything kind of situated already logistically. Training for it has been going on right now, and was trying to keep my mileage as 150 miles a month. I didn't want to train too hard or put a race
Just
into and I've done a 300-mile month, which was really tough on my body, and I didn't really want to put too many miles or even a push a race, because I'm actually was slated to run the Great New York Exposition 100-miler this weekend, but
this weekend?
but we deferred it to next year because I consulted with a couple of other Badwater runners, and they said it might not be a good idea to have tired legs going into Badwater. So we kind of said, no, let's just kind of wait on that.
Right. That makes sense. And so tell me about Badwater. This is across Death Valley, right?
Yeah, it's 282 feet below sea level at Badwater Basin.
Yeah.
And
July.
Last year we took a picture. It's 124, 125 degrees at the Furnace Creek station there. Visitor station. It's a dry heat, it's very different than what I've ever experienced. I've never really experienced anything like this before. I'm sure the carry out in like Saudi or all them kind of know what kind of feeling this is, but it's a dry heat, an oven,
Yeah, it's like being in an oven.
Yeah, it's like being in an oven. It really is.
Yeah, oh, I get it. Blast furnace, I call it. Yeah.
It's called, there's this aid station called Furnace Creek, for a reason.
Oh yeah, I've been there. Yeah.
That's it right there.
I mean, not the aid station, but I helped drive an ex-boyfriend across country. Yeah, we went through Death Valley, and I was really surprised by how diverse, because when you think of Death Valley, you think it's like going to be like the Sahara, and it's like, holy hell, no. It is like, to me, it was like the most diverse terrain and whatnot of any place I've been, and so, I mean, obviously, when you get down into the basin of it, it's, insane, but it's beautiful. I mean, there's like the mountains, and it's terrifying. The mountains are,
the roads. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love
trying to drive. I know.
I couldn't do it. I was just like, all right, you're driving, I'm not.
I was driving. I had to kind of look like I can't look ahead. I can't, because a
couple weeks ago, I posted a video on our YouTube channel about crewing the person that I helped last year, and there's this part where I'm looking at this area called Father Crowley Climb,
Okay.
It's just so amazing because we have a climb out of this place called Panamint Springs.
Yeah.
And just immediately climb. And I'm just like, oh my God. It's just so, I mean, I have the camera here. I'm just, oh my God. It's just so beautiful.
That's a good one to watch.
And
yeah.
it's really neat. It's a 25-minute video. It's pretty cool. It shows, some of the elements that we have out there. And
Oh yeah.
we have a treadmill and I'm looking at the at the route of Badwater. So it's in my mind, and it's embedded there for where, exactly, I know where I'm going to be at. So
Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, yeah, because you don't want to be caught by surprise. I mean, obviously you know it. So you're aware of it, I guess is what I'm saying. Yeah. So after you conquer this, what are you gonna do?
well, no, well, I have,
Both done in the-
yeah, we both got into the Berlin Marathon.
Oh, really?
Berlin Marathon, yeah.
Congrats. Okay.
Yeah, a major for us.
And what
Yeah.
is that, October?
September.
Into September.
Okay.
We're both running that. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
That is exciting. Yeah, I've known some people from the Valley that did that one, and yeah, they really enjoyed it. And so then after that,
Well, I'm trying to get, this will be my 5th year to not qualify, but just to get a ticket to Western. So after Badwater's, we're just gonna focus on, trying to get a ticket into Western still.
do you think Bandera will be that chance then?
Oh, no, I would like that. No, this year I haven't gotten that ticket yet, so I'm still gonna figure out.
Get to do it by the
Yeah,
end of
by
the year.
November, I have to find 100 to sneak in there just to get the ticket. So it'd be my 5th or 6th year. So I'd have, I don't know, 32. No, I don't, not really sure. The ticket system for Western is kind of different, and so I'm hoping to, eventually get in, by
Yeah.
the year. Put in.
Right. So Karen, one thing I'm interested in hearing from you is just like, I know sometimes this may require you to put aside your goals
Mhm.
to help support your husband, and that's not meant in a condescending way or anything
Right,
like
right, right.
you know what I'm saying. So what is it like to, because I know sometimes I think when I've paced people, it's better to pace them if you're just like a friend or something rather than married to them.
Right, right.
So
Times
yeah,
where-
so, I mean, how does that work? I mean,
This is how it works, and we did this even when we were still dating. I paced him on a 17-mile loop at Police Station 100, and at the time I said, "Listen, you not have a good time." And I said, "I'm not your girlfriend right now. I'm your pacer," and that's where it switched over. And even
good.
today, even when I paced in that Indiana trail, it was a 25-mile loop. I said, "I'm not your wife. I'm your pacer." So everything goes out the window, and I've got to be that person to get you going.
Mhm.
You can't get like,
Yeah, we do it to each other, like that to each other.
yeah, or like,
Yeah.
when I did that crazy 100-mile on the treadmill, the treadmill challenge.
Oh my God, I
where you
know. I
walk-
can't believe you
Yeah,
did that.
so I did the 100 miles on a treadmill in 48 hours, and I remember coming off the treadmill just to take a break at 60 something miles, and I said, "I don't know if I can do this." He says, "No, you signed up for it, get back out there." And it was like we kind of switched gears a little bit when we're helping each other, that we turn into that person that you need to have out there.
No, that's good. That's
And not to take it personally, and we try not to carry it over, like, I can be a, you can be a, and we just leave that door. And
We apologize beforehand
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
each other. Because, when we've gotten a lot better in the years, we really have.
yeah, he used to be kind of,
Yeah.
needy, but I'd be like, "Hey, you guys, I gotta be look it up," and now it's a different ball.
Yeah.
We've grown a lot in that
That's
way.
awesome.
So now together, we actually are looking for, like, for instance, my next 100 mile, let's see if there's a 100K from us. So we're training.
And that's what we did for Rocky. We did our own race. We didn't have any crew, any pacers. and
Right, yeah.
we can do
We're
this.
trying to
It was like a test.
be self-sufficient with each other. So later on down the line, when we're going to a race, we're both enjoying that experience and going through the same thing.
Yeah.
And
So,
and you don't get competitive with each other about, who finishes first or anything weird.
He always does the hundreds, and I'm he built me a buckle piece a couple years ago, and now I'm just trying to fill it with 100 Ks. And
So that's
Yeah.
where we're at now. We're looking for races for both of us, so that we both can come back, being happy with a fun journey and a little vacation. It's
I mean, not saying I wasn't happy crewing him, but you're right. Sometimes
yeah.
it, I have to take a back seat, and it ends up working out.
Sorry. This is Hazel. Sorry. He always makes it into interviews. Hi. We thought he was a girl and he's actually a boy. He's 7, but he loves to get in the middle of my Zoom interviews. Oh, it drives me insane, but there's no stopping him. So it's sort of like, all right, whatever. So yeah, so there's no like raw nerves or anything weird like that, or I shouldn't say weird, but I mean that seems like that might be normal
Like what?
when you're crewing for him.
Oh no, actually, I get every single time I get emotional when he finishes, because it's like we did this together, even though I wasn't physically running.
No, I
There's
get
been
it.
times,
Yeah.
like with Denali. I mean, we were 36 hours, and it was, so we both go through a lot. So
Yeah,
I don't feel like I'm not participating or I'm taking a side seat, because, I'm just in a crew
No,
mentality or
she's more important and vital to the role than I am. Right? There's more to crewing than just running. Last year, crewing at Badwater was so tough that I'd rather be running.
you got a taste of crew.
Yeah, to taste of a long point-to-point crew.
Yeah.
It's completely different. Than running. It's like running is the easy part. I mean, I want to say that, but it's crewing is so important, whether you're in a loop situation, whether you're up, you're not sleeping, you're worried, you're making sure that person that you are crewing is back.
you can't, as my friend Ben put it, if you got a bone sticking out, you just keep going, you don't worry about it, so it's
Yeah, so everything that she's done
Yeah.
has been so important to our journey.
Mhm.
It works out.
Yeah.
So
That's
that's how we support each other, keep each other like on our toes.
That's
It was a great relationship.
yeah, well,
You know,
that's cool.
a strong, great relationship.
And obviously, this isn't our first rodeo. We've both been married in the past, and they weren't runners, and it is kind of like an aspect in this relationship where you can say, you know what, the hobby that I enjoy doing, I have someone to do it with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Being
or
out-
sport.
being
Yeah.
outdoors, yeah, the sport that we do everything together. Not long ago, we went kayak camping, and that was fun, so those are the things that we enjoy doing. It helps build our relationship together.
Yeah.
That's awesome. No, I love hearing that. Yeah, because I think I mean, it's fine when a spouse is very supportive, but they aren't out there. But I think at the same time, it's also interesting when I talk to people who are runners and they are able to support their spouse, in some manner or whatever. So
There's wrong with being out there. We like, oh yeah, I get it. I get why you're tired and why you need calories, or why you need.
yeah, you got to make sure the person's eating and drinking. Yeah. And no, I get that. Yeah. Cause I mean, I've paced enough friends that I get that, shoot, I had a great question for you and now my brain is, I know. How do you, Manny and Karen, how do you guys, I know you guys are working. Karen, I know what you do, but just tell me what your job is.
Fine. So I am, I got out of the military in 1999, and I've done since then, for the last 20 plus years, I support the military medical IT community.
Okay.
So I'm a government contractor.
Uh-huh.
I do IT support for the military medical hospitals,
Okay.
and I do it remotely. Since COVID, I've done it remotely 100% from home.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And then Manny, you teach, right?
I'm a special education job coach. Yeah,
I'm
so
sorry.
I have to teach a special education job coach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I work at the school district, so I have the school hours. So right now off for the summer.
But it's not easy, is it? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely not. It's not. It's rewarding, but it's not easy yet.
Right. So how do you guys carve away time to train for this stuff? You know, because again, I realized that not everyone is like Jim Walmsley or, you know, somebody who's sponsored or whatever. You know, and I think that's one of the things about this particular podcast is that I like to focus on, you know, regular people and what they, you know, how they juggle all this.
It's tough because we're both like taking classes on top of working and top of running. So we are really have to be diligent and focus with our time.
Planning,
Planning is
planning. I mean,
huge.
we have, you know, like, this is our book here. I mean, this is our Badwater book, but we have, you know, we'll have a schedule like our
Yeah.
month, you know, and we kind of like, she has one on her wall, I have one on my book, and we have a plan, even up to meal prep.
Oh, dinners. Okay, what
Dinners,
are we doing
you
for
know.
dinner?
So,
Ooh, that's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
so yeah, we set aside time for our training.
And we
you
don't
know.
train, we don't, to be honest, we don't train together really, because we have different goals and different distances and different things.
Right.
So, you know, he'll like, you know, when we go run or he'll go in, we have a treadmill in the garage that we each use at different times. So, and it does give us time apart to kind of focus on our own thing and we're not together 24/7. We'd probably kill each
Probably
other.
better that way. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have our own little
Yeah.
stuff that we do.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And it's fun because I get to, that's how I know you is because I run with you, Maria,
And I love that time with
Rebecca,
us.
and Vivian. Oh my God. It's like,
I love our girl time. I
do
actually
too, and I
love
miss it. I know.
do too.
I know.
So
I'm
it's
just, I'm
important to
hoping
have
I'm on a comeback trail soon. So
okay, good. Because
yeah.
that's important. It's important to have that time.
I know it is. And I mean, and
Yeah.
I've struggled since I moved to San Antonio almost 6 years ago. You know, just with finding friends that are, you know, like-minded and, you know,
Yeah.
runners and whatnot. And yeah, so I mean, it took me until about 2 or 3 years ago to finally find you guys.
Yes, it's such
Oh,
a good, we have a good group and I love to keep it together. So
yeah, no,
Yeah.
so do I, so do I. So you said you guys are taking classes. What kind of classes are you taking?
well, he just actually graduated. So
Oh,
he's
right.
done. Yeah. And so you know, I've been in the IT field, I've gotten a lot of certifications and things like
Yeah.
that, but I've never finished I have an associate's degree, but I never finished my bachelor's. And so it's more of a personal thing for me
Yeah.
to kind of finish that for myself. So
And how are you doing that then?
it's West Texas A&M and it's
Okay, I was gonna ask you which
all
school.
remote. Yeah, all online. Yeah, and he graduated from TTV. Yeah. So it's exciting. So we're both
And Manny, what was you? Oh, I know I saw this on Facebook, but refresh my memory. Yes.
I'm
UTPV.
University of Texas Permian Basin. I got a
Yeah.
communications degree. So
Really? That's what I teach.
nice.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I teach. Yeah, because well, I was at UTPA or UTRGV.
Yeah.
Teaching communication because I'm an ex-journalist. And so what exactly are you planning to do with that degree?
Well, I think I'm gonna stick in the education still
Uh-huh.
and still pursue the special ed department.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really love the students that
No, that's good. That's
I like
important.
to mentor and
It's sociology with a minor in communications. Yeah,
Oh,
right.
got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But still.
No, but that's still, you know,
Yeah.
no. Yeah. Because yeah, that's my jam. So that's why I like to it always tickles me when I interview people and they're like, yeah, I'm a comm major or comm minor. And I'm like, yes, you know, so that's what I do for a living. So, when I'm not doing this or whatever. Anyway, so is there anything else I haven't asked you guys about that you really feel like I should know or the listeners should know?
I don't know. We just enjoy traveling and kind of like putting out some, you know, our videos and journeys and stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
our YouTube channel has grown and but yeah, I don't know. We just enjoy life. I don't
That's what it seems like. Yeah.
continue to support all the local race directors and kind of support the ultra running community.
Mhm.
It's nice to know that, you know, we, even though we're both in our early 50s, that we're still chasing dreams that we have, and
Absolutely.
it doesn't, age
Get it,
doesn't
yeah.
matter. It's
Yeah.
all a mindset. So
No, it really is. It really is.
Yeah.
Oh, one other question, Manny. Sorry. Are you from San Antonio originally, or where are you from?
No, I am. I grew up here. I was born
Okay.
in Michigan, but
Hey,
yeah, but
heart.
way up there, Upper Peninsula.
Oh,
Sault
yeah.
Ste.
Okay.
Marie, yeah.
Oh,
But
wow.
like I said, military brat, and just father retired here
Yeah.
in San Antonio. So yeah, I reside here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, my family, my sister and her family, they often go up to Glen Lake, which I guess is a little south and west of where you
Okay.
it's a beautiful
grew up.
state.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like Grand Rapids area, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
know it's that now.
Yeah, I've gone up with them. I've never, I mean, I'm from Ohio, but I went to Michigan for the first time 2 years ago, and yeah, it's a beautiful place, but this is a little bit warmer in the winter, so
We would love to get back up to Ohio to do more races.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about that state, but we love it.
There's another one that we want to do near Akron.
Oh, there's one near Akron that we want to do.
Yeah.
Oh,
I gosh.
I don't know the name of it,
Yeah.
but we'll let you know. We can
yeah,
all
you got to. I mean, and I highly recommend. Again, I'm not much of a road racer, but I loved the Flying Pig. This was their 25th anniversary, and it was very well organized, and it was, again, it's my hometown, but I really had such a good time, and it was fun because you start in Cincinnati and then you cross over the bridge to go into Kentucky. You run through parts of northern Kentucky, and then you come back into Cincinnati just for the 10K.
That's neat.
It's just, yeah, it's really lovely, and it's a great time of year because it's like early May, and so it's not like hot, it's not cold, and yeah, and they have all kinds of free food afterward. Like there were pancakes from First Watch, which is like this
Oh yeah.
chain restaurant. Yeah, yeah, and like you got a free pancake and free coffee, and they had all kinds of stuff. It's like, this is great. I don't have to go out and buy breakfast. But
nice.
anyway, just as an FYI. But anyway, well, right, you two will hang loose for just one quick second. Thank you so much. And I'm going to
Okay.
stop
Thank you.
recording.